Hello, this is Carolyn with Carolyn's Paper Therapy. Today I'm working on a shabby Christmas planner, and this is a freebie from Shabby Art Boutique, and I found it on a YouTube video, and then I went over and linked on the link to clicked on the link to the files, and it took me to their blog. And on the blog you can join their newsletter, and then there are lots of files that are free, and this is one of them. It's called Simply Christmas Planner, and I'm in hopes that I can link you to the file for this so that you can print it out if you want to make one. So I'll show you what I've done so far. I've made a couple mistakes, but I'll share those with you, and maybe you won't make the same ones. It comes with a front and back cover like this, and I printed that out on cardstock, double-sided. However, my back side didn't print correctly, so I printed some plainer pink pages that I've also used for my pages inside, and I glued those on there. So if you print it on the front and then on the back with a kind of a neutral pattern that you can use throughout, then you won't have to glue it on like I did. But basically, I'm creating a little book just like the other little books that I've done. We'll have several pages inside with pockets and inserts, and we'll sew it all together. So this is the cover, and you can print as many pages as you want. I printed these on cardstock, double-sided, and I have done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pages and folded them in half. And this cover measures 6.5 tall by 9 1/4 across. So you want to cut your pages 6.5 tall, but a little less than 9 1/4 across, so that they don't stick out the edge. You can always trim those off if they do. And then they will be folded in half. You can use any pattern you want to. I just chose this pale pink, kind of a collage-like paper that could be written on and would look nice to glue our inserts on. So when I put this together, I have this little booklet. And this can be given as gifts or used for yourself, or put inside of another journal. So along with the covers in this kit come several papers. There is a November and December calendar that has the 2022 dates, but I'm choosing to use the ones that don't have the dates, so that this could be used for any year. But you can use the other pages if you want to. So you've got a November weekly planner, and then specific maybe events that you have that you want to highlight and maybe write a little more information about on this next page. And the same for December. And then it has a card list where you can put the name and address and check off where you have sent the cards. And I think when I glue these on the pages, I will make them pockets maybe for you to put extra paper in case there's not enough room here to do what you want to do. But here's the card list, an email list, meal plan if you're going to have serve guests in your home, the date and the items that you plan to have in the meal, and your grocery list for that, for those meals. You also have separate shopping lists that I'll show you in a minute. I have a grocery list for my Thanksgiving meal that I get the same things every year because I fix the same meal every year. So that would be a good way to use this page. This is a gift list where you put the name of the person, the gift, if it's wrapped or sent. And then a list of any handmade gifts that you might be wanting to make or have made and put aside for someone special. So you get all these, and we're going to glue these in. Some of them will be pockets, and some of them will just be glued on the page because I have some extra pages in there. Also, we have shopping lists. There's 2 with the stocking, 2 with the sewing machine. And then these, I would just call these journal cards for extra notes. They're just Christmas designs, and you can make notes on the back, however you might want to use those. So when I come back on camera, I'm going to have this all laid out and possibly even glued together. I will do embellishing with lace and all my stuff that I usually do, and probably fix it to with a closure on it. And so we can have fun with this, and I'll come back and continue on with this video, and you can pause it now and go get your kit if that's what you would want to do, and then come back and watch the finishing up later. So thank you for watching, and we'll get started on this planner right away. Have a great day. This is Carolyn with Carolyn's Paper Therapy, and I'm back to share with you the little Christmas sampler that I have made with the Shabby Art Boutique Simply Christmas Planner freebie. And I will try to put a link on the description to where you can get this, but basically you will go to her Facebook page, and then go click over to their blog and subscribe to the newsletter, and then you'll have access to all the freebies, and they are beautiful. This is just a little Christmas planner, and I enjoyed making this. I tried to keep it as simple as possible so that it wouldn't end up too thick, because there's a lot of writing and receipts and different lists and things that you'll want to include in this little booklet. On the cover, I have just placed a little cluster up here in the corner of music and lace, and some of the little items that I have in here are just from leftovers from other Christmas kits that I have done, and so you'll see some things that aren't included in her kit. So I encourage you to kind of get together some of your pastel Christmas items that maybe you have left over from making another kit, and enhance your planner if you choose to make one of these. I have sewn it together with off-white ribbon that you'll see inside, and then I bound the edge, just reinforced the edge with this beautiful gold lace. I put eyelets in the front and back, and so that I could have a tied closure with this crinkled seam binding ribbon. And I've attached on with a pair of clips some lace and ribbon and a little pastel ticket and a key. So this just unties, and I gotta get it just right so I don't end up with a knot. There we go. This is just tied on the front and the back. And when you open up your little planner, you have, the first thing you have is November. I chose to use the calendar without the dates, so that if it's not used this year, it can be used in another year. And the dates can be written on this Monday through, or Sunday through Saturday calendar here. And this page is for a maybe a special events or something that you have in November that you want to make a special note of. The next page is the month of December, and then the December events. Now this pocket I made from pieces from another Christmas artwork that I had, and I used my little Stickles paint on here to give it some glitter on all the berries and on the cookies. And inside this pocket I've inserted the card list, and it can be also written on the back. And to have it in a pocket, then you can add pages. If this isn't enough for your card list, you can add a paper also in the pocket. Over here is for emails. If you want to send a Christmas greeting or a Christmas letter by email, this was where you would make that record. And I made it into a pocket so that additional items could be written on this card that's put inside here. The next page I used some artwork from another print that I had, and I used my Stickles on the ornaments on the tree to give it some glitter. Inside this pocket is meal plan for any the date and the meal that you plan if you have any company coming over. It can also be written on the back. And because it's the pocket, you can add pages to it. This is the grocery list for these meals. And I also added another insert in a pocket here for you to write a grocery list on, or insert papers in here with grocery list. And then in the center of the book, I kind of left some pages just for writing notes, be able to make notes or lists of other kinds that you might want to write. On this page, I did a belly band with a print that I had and some lace. And then I just added a piece of paper in there, folded over, where additional notes could be made. And I used some words that I had, Christmas words that I had, as a pull to pull that out. This is just a collage made from papers that I had and the Christmas words that were not part of this kit. These things were not part of this kit. This is the center. Could be used for receipts if you buy gifts and you want to keep the receipts, or for any other notes that you want to tuck in these pockets. There's a pocket on each page with a little collage at the bottom of music and cheesecloth, words, and some little sequins. This is the center where it was tied, sewn together and tied. This is also from some other papers that I had, and I just inserted a card for additional writing space. This page here would make a nice page to make some notes, maybe if you want to write thank you notes for gifts that you received, to write the gifts that you received here. I've accented it with some words and some lace and sequins and a little ticket. Another page for lists or notes. And this pocket has a little saying on it and some sequins and lace. And then these two items were included in the kit for additional writing space. This is for your gift list, the name of the person, the gift that you bought or plan to buy, if it's wrapped or sent. And I also made it into a pocket so that additional items can be written on this card. Over here, I just made a belly band out of some paper that I had and put a collage on here of words and music. And then these two lists were included in the kit, the freebie kit. This page is for you to list any handmade gifts that you would like to make. If you're planning to make them, or if you are making them, and if you need some supplies in order to make these gifts. There's some shopping lists on this page with a little pocket that to hold them in place. And just like on any other project, I made a mistake when I poked the hole for the back page. I had this one, held this one with it by mistake and had a hole in this page. So I just put an eyelet in there and tied a little red ribbon in it. There's always a way to fix a mistake. This is the next to the last page with a collage at the top and room to make a list. Over here, I just made a pocket on the inside back page with a couple of pieces from our kit, a word that I had, papers I had left over, and these two journal cards. And on the back cover is ice skates and the back part of this ribbon that I put on the edge, lace ribbon. I think this would make a nice planner for Christmas. Also a nice gift to go ahead and give someone who loves to plan for their Christmas. And like I said, it is a freebie, and I'll put a link to it. I discovered this designer through a YouTube video that someone else had made, and then when I went over and liked the Facebook page, then this came up as a freebie and a link to the newsletter, and I went to the newsletter and signed up for that, and then got the freebie. So if you follow through with that, if you want to get this to make for yourself, that's how I went about it. So I hope you've enjoyed this. I enjoyed making it. I love doing the smaller journals. They go a lot quicker, and I can share with you more quickly. I have a pile of journals and gifts to give to my friends this Christmas. This will have to go to someone early so that they can actually use it if they want to plan their Christmas. So I appreciate you watching. As always, I just love to share, and I hope you've enjoyed it and will be inspired. Remember, every day's a gift. We're just about finished with our fall season here in Kentucky. By Friday, we'll start having some cold weather, so I'm looking forward to that. Everybody is kind of complaining about setting the clocks back tonight an hour because it'll get dark earlier. For some reason, that does not bother me. It might bother me tonight because the night will be longer, but as a rule, I enjoy wintertime, and I hope you do too. So I can make lots of journals when it's dark outside and I can't do any work, and I can sit in here in my studio and create beautiful things. So until next time, I'll see you soon.